What's up, everyone? So on September 5th, they're going to be doing the updates. This is going to be your Lilibet update. I'm just getting the guides out right now so you guys can prep. Now, Lilibet, the purpose that she serves right now is mainly Arbiter Vildred counter via her 3 extinction, basically blocks resurrection. So made Chloe, anyone like that. Lilibet's a specialist on basically shutting that down. There is also a PVE build. We'll get into that later. Right now, I want to read to you guys the updates that she's going to get. So on her 2, we'll highlight here, there is going to be a 50% increased combat readiness. And then also deals additional damage when the target isn't buffed. The damage is increased by 50% as well. So this is actually going to receive a hell of an upgrade. For 3, basically, it's going to give her a skill nullifier, which those of you know in the game basically blocks anything, whether it's a basic attack to an ultimate. Going to increase her survivability. It'll be on a 4-turn cooldown once you get this upgraded. So pretty strong right there. Pretty good PVE, or excuse me, PvP impact. And then the damage goes up about 11% as well. So in PvP, how you want to build Lilibet, for the most part, you want to build her crit damage, crit chance. You kind of build her like Luna, but you got to put more investment in her because she doesn't have Luna's passive stat buffs. As far as the artifacts to go into, let me go ahead and pull that up. There's 3 choices here. Number 1 choice, if you're in PvP, is going to be the Uber's Tooth. You just want that extra damage right after an attack to hopefully finish off whoever you're attacking. If you don't have that, Hellcutter. Increased critical hit, critical damage, or excuse me, attack rather, whenever someone's turn ends. And if you don't have either of those for whatever reason, then you're going to have to go with an L Fist. Increase attack and speed. This health decreases, so this is the way it is. Now, if you're running PvE, I'll just put this out there real quick so we don't have to come to the screen. Junkyard Dog's actually real good for her PvE. I'll explain that later on, but basically 50% chance to put a burn up for 2 turns. We'll get back into that once I get to the PvE aspect. As far as PvP goes, most of the time when you're running Lilibet, people use a combat readiness booster, so a lots or whatever you happen to have, and also a buffer if you can get it, increase crit damage, crit chance, attack, yada yada. Usually her attack will not go super high, like right around the 3000s, but you're going to want to get her, you know, as close to 100% crit as possible, as well as much crit damage as possible, hopefully into like the high 200 percentiles at the very least, what you're aiming for with the gear RNG in this game. Having to get a copy, you can increase the crit hit chance with the aura. Pretty good stuff there. Now, as far as upgrading skills go, you're just going to want to upgrade her ulti if you're running PvP the max, so you can get the max damage out of it. And then upgrade the 2. The 2 is also going to put up to 4 bleeding. We'll get back into that later. So you're going to want to get at least the 4th upgrade effect chance up as much as possible. And this is also going to start hitting harder once the patch hits. And then our 1 has a chance up to 50% once you upgrade it, unable to be buffed. I'd buff that. I'd skill enhance this last if you really want to use a little bit. Now, as far as PvE goes, her 2 is going to play an important role because you see these 4 bleed effects here. So you run it with someone like a Dizzy that can increase the duration of debuffs, get up to 4 of these, and the burn debuff. All those scale on attack. Burn scales better than, or higher rather than bleed, so that's why I recommend the burn. And hopefully you'll just be able to single target focus PvE bosses like nothing and totally wreck them. And also, you're probably going to want to run in PvE if you do it, either an attack set or a speed set emphasizing attack with, your 2 set's probably going to be crit damage, or excuse me, crit chance for the most part. You can also, however, if you have the rage set, you can run the rage set because there's always going to be debuffs on something when Lilibet's around. So if you happen to get a good rage set going, yeah, by all means put that on her too. And she'll be doing pretty well PvE-wise for your team as far as single-target boss focusing. You're fighting against a really hard water boss or whatever's going on. Definitely wrecks Banshee pretty hard, among other things. So, and that's pretty much her builds, guys. So PvE is not quite as popular, but I see it coming in a little bit more. And PvP, obviously, there's lots of Arbiter Vildred counters. Arbiter Vildred's getting a bit of a nerf, so that utility will go down a bit, but it'll still be there because the only thing really getting nerfed about Vildred is that he gets an attack buff when he's rezzed. So some people are just going to stop using them because, but you know how it goes. Alright guys, so hopefully this guide helped you out, and I will catch you guys later on. Have yourselves a wonderful day.